So as the energy is coming in right now, I can feel them coming in. And I just wanted to share with you the energy I have feeling of is incredible sadness. It's really, really emotional. Lisa, can you grab me some Kleenex, please? Thank you. It's really heavy. As we come to you from the outside looking in, we have a sense of sadness that is coming in. For we know this sadness, and you know this sadness, and you know it from being with us in that, in the past, way in the past. You have gone through the dark night before, not only individually, but also as a sphere, as a planet, as a consciousness. This is nothing new to you. We shared with you the last time that the earth is going through its own darkness. And as you can see, if you've been awake and feeling the earth, the mother herself, you've noticed a shift that's taken place. You can see it in the world, if you will, but you can feel it in the earth. What's going on throughout the world is a major shift. The mother is going through her darkness, and she must feel it. She must experience it. She must see it. She must be a part of it. And so those things that she's trying to shake off have to be seen. They have to be seen by the whole universe, not just by supposed individuals who are walking on it. But the universe must see and feel and sense the shift that takes place as well. For the universe itself shifts as each planet shifts, as each individual soul shifts. The universe shifts as well. You are an intricate part of that, and the mother is an intricate part of that. And you are wholly together, unified. There is no separation. So know for sure that as you shift yourself, as you walk your walk and face the darkness that you created for yourself so that you could rise above it, each one of you will feel that. For that becomes projected out into the consciousness of the planet, of the universe, solar system, of universes, but most importantly, it is felt worldwide. No one can escape the feeling of this. Now, that being said, the subject that we wish to share with you today is but one word, but is loaded with many feelings, emotions, understandings, wisdom, conflicts. And the word is opposition. Opposition can mean many, many things. But what we wish for you to understand at this time is to understand the feelings through your heart of opposition. For as you look around you, whether you watch the news or it's in your community, or you are feeling it within your own relationships, there is an energy of opposition that is at play. Now, we have explained energy before, and through energy, we have shared with you that it is not particles as such. In fact, the world energy doesn't really play out as to what's really happening. For what is going on with the emotions of opposition is that it's a wave. It is not particles, it is a wave. And the various ways that, let's use the word energy, dimensionally, as you know, can be through fear, anger, frustration, depression. Those frequencies are of the lower scale. Now, you had somebody in the past, his name is David Hawkins, who presented to you the various levels of frequency through emotion. And it was displayed by him that anything under 200 hertz underneath that level is a lower scale of frequency. It doesn't make it bad. It just means that it's a lower frequency, a lower density. And this is where fear, depression, anger, judgment lies. And once you go above 200, then there's compassion and love, understanding. It's a higher frequency. So the planet right now is feeling out all the various frequencies, waves of energy that have come together over all these millions of years that it's been alive. It's bringing them all together and starting to meld the ones that are of lower frequency so that it can rise above that 200 threshold. It is doing this on its own, and you can see some of the results. There is not just a war breaking out in the Ukraine area. It is a war throughout the whole planet. People's coming face to face with themselves, with others, with situations, not just about relationships. You might say relationships with things, with money, and jobs, all the three-dimensional things, as you call them, that seem to be so important for your daily life, all have frequencies, all have waveforms. And each one of you must choose to delve into those things, for they are attachments. And those attachments must be let go of. And you know the process. You've done this many times. There's nothing new. The letting go process basically is to be with the energies, the waveforms, in ways that you haven't been because they've been hidden, and to walk through them knowing they cannot harm you any longer, but feeling the essence of what they are, so you do not choose them any longer, which means you are now open, you have space, and you can now start accepting higher frequency energies to continue to grow, thus assisting yourself and also the planet, and also the consciousness that's here, and also the universe. Through opposition, You see something to oppose, it seems. As you look at opposition, the number one feeling, and we will call this an emotion, that seems to be prevalent in your journey is judgment. Many of you have been working on this for a long time, for it's much easier to judge what's outside of you instead of just being with it. By judging one another, by judging situations, a wall is formed. And that wall of, let's say, frequency that is formed is lower frequency. And because that wall is formed in judgment, it will not allow you to truly be with what the opposition is. How can you understand or be with someone else that's in opposition without feeling them, without sensing them, without putting yourself in their shoes, so to speak? For if one would do that, there would be no opposition, there would be no judgment, for there would be a full acceptance of where that person, that situation is. So the first opposition you have to deal with is yourself. For you formed through judgment a huge wall around yourself that kept you supposedly protected, kept you in a place that seemed familiar and safe and stable. And anything outside of that would be judged, would be looked at as separate, would not be looked at as a unified way of an experience that you can have to help yourself grow. You opposed it. You said no to it, that you might know better, that you have a better answer. This is done through emotion. It's not done through a consciousness. It's done through emotion. And that emotion was created by you, by your ego. And as you do the work, as you know, as you start beginning to whittle down the ego that you created, that's unique unto you, as you keep doing that, you can look back and you can wonder, how could you have ever thought or felt the way you did? Because it makes no sense anymore. You see behind you, if you will, that you didn't understand the truth. You couldn't see it. For you built up such a wall that it kept you from being with what was happening. You would make rash or quick decisions based upon the emotion that you felt didn't match up with your own. Therefore, you discarded whatever the situation was. You judged it as a negative. You judged it as separate. You saw it as bad. Those days are over. For now, just as the earth is going through her own shift and change in the dark night, you are as well. And there'll be many, many choices on its way. You will have many opportunities for opposition. You can look at it as opposition in the third dimensional sense, or you can look at it as opposition in a higher sense. And what we mean by higher, of course, is energetically. That whatever is there that seems to be opposing you is there to help you grow. And the only way you can learn that and know that is to be humble. In your humility, you can be open to it. You can be in the experience of it. We will give you a strong example. You can sit there and judge the Russians. You can say how bad Putin is. You can say how bad their people are and what they're doing to the Ukrainians and other people who seem to be mixed up in all of it. For is a major situation that is going on in the planet, yet the earth has to face these sort of things that are still here so it can discard them, so it can show it's discarding them. There'll be some major shifting that's going to take place very soon. But this had to happen in so many ways that you cannot even comprehend. All of it is out of love. All of it, every single situation in this war is based in love. And that's very hard to see and feel and know when you're in opposition from a third dimensional sense. When you have a wall built up that says it must look this way. But if you can drop the wall and understand even those individuals who are being harmed and maimed have in past lives done the same thing to others and must be able to cleanse their soul. To cleanse their soul, as you know, one soul must go through what they gave out. They must experience the depth of the harm, if there was, that they projected out to others, whether it be here on this planet or other planets. That is the law, as you know, of karma, which is not judgment. It is a cleansing process. It's a loving process. It allows the soul to then be free again, to be able to experience things. But if you look at things only from your mind and do not experience things from your heart, you will only see one way. That there must be a villain. There must be somebody to be strung up. These are hard things to look at when they're right in your face as such, but isn't the war, if you want to look at it that way, within your own self the same? Isn't it a difficult struggle to see, to feel, to sense? Do you not get hung up in your own victimhood, in judging yourself, which is the harshest judgment there is? And then project that judgment out onto others so you don't have to hold on to it? How is that any different than what's going on overseas from this point? So the first opposition that must take place must be melded, must be freed and looked at in a different way, is your own opposition. To befriend what it is that you created, to feel it fully in your heart, and to be grateful for what it has shown you. Gratitude goes a long way, but the greatest gift you can give yourself is forgiveness. I know many of you have heard that word before. It's not a word. It's an experience. It's a feeling. It's an emotion. It's one of the greatest, highest frequency emotions you could ever choose to experience for yourself, to give yourself that opportunity. For once you truly, truly, authentically go deep and decide to forgive everything you have done on your journey truly, in an energetic way, frequency way, everything outside of you falls down. Everything outside of you can be forgiven, for it all taught you something. All of it. No matter how harsh the situations were, they allowed your heart to be free. They were working to help you see the direct connection you have from that sacred spark that you hold in your heart to the universe, the galactic core, all the way up to source. It is the greatest gift you can give yourself, and no one can give it to you. They can present to you a certain feeling that it might feel like as you watch somebody else forgive other situations, for instance, and feel their energy. If your heart is open to such, you can get somewhat of a clue of what it is and how it feels. And we will say to you, if you do, it'll bring a smile to your face. You will feel the joy in it. You will feel the sweet peace that comes from it. The gentleness, the silence, the sense of serenity. It is quite remarkable. And then to bring it within yourself, to start searching for those opportunities. For as one memory, for instance, one situation comes up for you, and you walk through it once again, feeling it fully, releasing it, forgiving yourself for every part you played, whether it be harmful or not, there will be a sense of calm that comes over you, a serenity that goes deeper into your heart and brings you back to the core connection that you have with all things. We might suggest to you that as you walk around a flower garden and spot each particular flower that's different, each one provides you a different sense of joy and serenity. For the flower has nothing to take from you. It wants nothing from you. It doesn't need anything from you. And you don't need anything from it. And because of that, the wall comes down and you are simply experiencing the togetherness, the connection that you have in this unified field together. Flower and soul and soul and flower. With no need, no want. Just the beauty of the experience. You could ask yourself the question, why can I not do that with those around me? Why do I let that need, that judgment get in the way of that? And someone might say, well, that's what they do to me. They judge me. They harm me. Who's me? Is that the I am? Or is it just the I? They harm you because you're still in your ego. You're still in that place that must decide what's right and wrong, what's black and white. can you be in a place of no need, no want, no attachment? It's not to say this is simple, for you know it is not. You each have your own journey, and you know along your journey it was very, very difficult with certain individuals on your journey. There seems to be a deep history in a lot of cases of being in relationships for a long period of time that seem to cause a lot of harm. Lots of stuff to let go of. But the deeper and the stronger the letting go, the more wide open your heart becomes. For instance, it's easy to let go of somebody who just cut you off in traffic, for you will never see this person again. Not so easy to let go of somebody who has harmed you for 25 years, that you've been with consistently, and you never had the nerve enough to stand up for yourself, to love yourself in such a way, to not allow the energy to come in. But everything has its purpose. Everything is out of love. In some higher aspect, you understand that you chose to be in these relationships before you even came down. You had a roadmap of everything that was going to happen, and yet when you came down, you still had free will to change that roadmap. As your soul expands, as your soul grows, the roadmap changes. For many of you have made some choices we never expected you to make. We are so in honor of who you are and what you've chosen and how you keep at it. This is why you've crossed over already. You just don't know it. The me in you keeps wanting to go back to the feelings that it's so, so deeply felt, and all that pain and anguish and suffering. It wants it. It wants it so badly because that's all it knows. So it takes time to introduce new things and new experiences and new joys, new understandings. So that opposition that you have with yourself is key. For once you understand that in the feeling in the heart, and you become one with the opposition you created, it's much easier to be with others in their own and in the situations that present themselves. Don't give up hope. The earth hasn't given up hope. The mother is so happy to have you walking on her, being a part of her, supporting her. The weather changes, the situations that are occurring, the fires, the floods, the storms. It's a cleansing process. Others want to blame it on other things, but it truly is a cleansing process and done out of love. There is a high frequency of love, a high frequency, a wave that is crossing over everything. Some days you can feel it. You feel it most when you're in silence, when your mind is quiet and you're at peace, especially when you're in nature. You can caress a flower and the flower will caress you back. You can pet a dog, and the dog will present a smile to you, possibly lick you on your face. You can look in the eyes of a bear or a moose or an elk, a fox, coyote, deer, any animal. When you're in the silence, there'll be a connection that's made. There'll be no fear. It's a unified connection. There is no opposition. Yes, the planet, the consciousness of the people here has been based a long time in conflict, in control. There is no doubt about that. As you look back into history, the short history of this planet, it has been everywhere. Those days, if you will, that consciousness is coming to an end. It is not coming to an end by fighting. It's coming to an end because a higher frequency is now coming in, not to kill it, but to meld with it. For in a perfect, infinite polarity, which exists in the universe, there is no separation. Everything is looked at and felt as one. It's as perfect of a polarity as can be felt. To be able to feel the perfection of that kind of polarity, you have chosen to go through the darkness, to feel the extremes of either end of those polarities, to experience judgment and separation, to experience harm and harming, to feel it all. Old souls that listen to this know that they're not new to this game at all. That they've experienced all of that so they could find themselves. For they've been lost in that sea of darkness. And now the time has come to come home. And when we say to come home, it's to come home to your heart. To that spirit, that spark that you hold within your heart. And to begin to use it in a way that raises the frequency of everything around you. The key is not to go save everyone. The key is to save yourself. For once you save yourself as such, it provides an energetic wave frequency around you where there is no need, no want, only an openness to experience the beauty of everything that comes your way. That kind of wave, if we were to use words, which are very difficult to use in feeling this, but using the words unconditional love is about as close as we can understand. For unconditional love is just that. There are no conditions to be in love. None. No conditions. A true openness. This is where things are heading. If this is true, then do you wish to carry with you those things that you created where there was conditions, where there was opposition, where things had to look a certain way. And when they didn't, your emotions rose, your judgments rose. Things are difficult right now, but things are going to change even more. The prospects are huge for many, more than you can even understand on this consciousness, on this planet, have chosen to change. Things are changing drastically. They are coming forward. They are getting together, not as a group to put through more control. For anything that's called spiritual can still have structure and control to it. There must be an openness. And the people that have finally felt that, those souls that are out there right now, are beginning to feel that sense. They will be coming to you. They see you do it all the time. They watch you. And even some will come who you don't know because of the energy, the wave, the frequency that you have chosen to hold, to continue to grow into. One last thing that we wish to share with you is do your best, for that is all you can do. Do your best to go out each morning to begin the day experiencing something different. Choose it. Experience something different. You don't have to force it. You don't have to plan it. But can you just get up, open yourself up to the day, and allow something to come to you in an open way? No matter what it might be, you'll know. If your heart is open, you will feel it. This is true abundance. This is opening your heart space to all the abundance that the universe has to give you. You might say it's even a vortex that you can create that can become wider and wider and wider. And one day you don't even realize how wide it is because now you are captured in openness of experiencing every moment that comes your way with no judgment, no opposition. It just is. This is what's happening. This is where it's going. Do your best to work on that judgment and that opposition that you have within yourself. And it will take you to where you wish to go. Now we wish to do a short meditation with you once again. So if you will allow yourself to become very comfortable, and now let us begin with just a short breath. Allow yourself to inhale slowly, experiencing the inhale as it goes into your body. Next inhale, deeper, longer, become more aware of. Deeper once again. Let the inhale touch all the cells of your body. Inhaling deeper. Feel the inhale going into the cells of your body. Feel the inhale going through the cells of your body to the outside of your body. Feel the inhale expanding outside your body, through your body. Feel your inhale continuing to expand farther and farther. Feel your inhale, inhaling with Mother Earth. Feel it go deeper into the earth and the earth go deeper with you. Continue to expand the breath with the mother. Allow the breath to continue to connect with the mother and the mother with you. Knowing it continues. Now begin to feel your heartbeat with the inhales, continuing to breathe with the mother. Sense your heartbeat. Allow the heartbeat's energy frequency to go outside of you. As it beats, feel the rhythm go outside your body. And it expands. Now allowing the breath and the heartbeat to continue. With each breath, begin to feel the earth's heartbeat. It is right underneath you. Feel the earth's heartbeat coming from her core. Begin to feel the heartbeat of the earth coming up, touching you, sending waves through you. Now begin to get a deeper sense of the earth's heartbeat. As the mother's heartbeat beats, it synchronizes with every living thing on the planet. You can sense her heartbeat coming through the flowers, through the ants, the fish, the ocean. You can feel it beating with the bees, the butterflies, through the larvae, you can feel the mother's heartbeat through all the animals, the sacred animals. The birds of the air. You can feel the mother's heartbeat through all the mountains, the creeks, the rivers, meadows. You can feel the mother's heartbeat through all the people. And there is no difference with anyone, for it all is the same heartbeat. Now allow yourself a few moments to expand that heartbeat past the earth. Feel its resonance go out. Touching many planets with each heartbeat, each wave. Into space. One heartbeat of all things on the earth. Going past the sun. Touching other planets, other solar systems. Going back to the center of the galaxy. Returning the one heartbeat that was sent to us. Sending a wave, a heartbeat out to other galaxies. Far beyond imagination. And now come back to your heartbeat. Inhaling into your heartbeat. Realizing all of it is here. There is no lack. That you hold everything here in your heartbeat. Thank you. So slowly come on back. Breathe a little deeper into your body. Become a little bit more present here. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave the recording going in case there's any questions or any comments that anybody wants to make. Sometimes the questions are really awesome. Most of the time they are. So I'll just leave that open right now. So if somebody has something they wish to share or whatever, you're welcome to do so. Don't forget to unmute yourself. After your trip to who knows where.
You should do this every week.
I do. You're just not here.
Well, that's true.
Thank you so much, Tomei. That was a beautiful meditation, and I appreciate that. I do have to run, so I do need to leave.
Okay.
But
Well, thank you for being part of this again.
yes, thank you so much.
Okay. See
Bye
ya.
all.
Bye-bye.
I don't have any questions, Tomei. It just was so beautiful again, too. It's a gift to be able to hear this amazing wisdom. So thank you so much for bringing that to us. So that's all.
I appreciate, but it's not my wisdom.
Well, no, I said you're bringing it to us. You're bringing
Oh,
it to
okay.
us through that.
All right.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah.
Thank you.
So I appreciate you doing that and sharing it with us. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Of course.
Has the heaviness lifted?
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty strong in the beginning. Yeah, the meditation kind of cleared a lot of stuff, for sure.
That was incredible.
It was, I would say that the energy of this, or the frequency of it, felt very strong today. It seemed like they were really trying to make a point. It's just the energy of it was just strong. It wasn't light, or I don't know how to explain it. It just was really, it was strong in a beautiful way. It wasn't strong like demanding or anything like that. It just was very strong. Almost like, I guess what's coming to me right now is that just a really final push here to work on yourselves, to work on what we have to face that we've created, so that we can finally rise above it, I guess, or have it melded in such a way. But that seemed to be a really strong piece of it. You know what, too? You know, that sadness, what just came to me is like a sadness of something dying. So I think the earth is dying. Yeah. It's dying into itself, just like we have to. So that it can become something else. That's what it feels like.
I was going to say, I have heard that from other things that I've been reading or hearing or other channeling things, that the earth is dying, so that it's going through a rebirth, and
Yeah.
it's like the birthing process, how painful it is for the mother or for the child, but it's dying so that it's being reborn. And that's what's happening too. I've heard that from other not venues, but avenues, just other teachings and things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, I'm talking kind of quietly, but I love the kind of symbolism of the inner world being reflected in the outer world as well, and the events that we're seeing outside of us are kind of a symbolic manifestation of the internal opposition and internal conflict. Was just something I took from that.
Mhm.
Really
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That meditation was just beyond extraordinary.
They're pretty good at it, you know?
Yeah.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
level of resonance and coherence and rhythmic embodiment of the beating of the heart, of all the hearts. I mean, oh my God,
Yeah. That was amazing.
that really was. That really was. Well, how soon will you have this up so we can go through that again?
Okay, I'll have it up tonight.
No, come on. Just
No, I'll probably, usually Zoom sends it to me right away. Like within the next half hour, I should have an email that has the video. And so then all I do is go, and I have to transfer it, of course. And once I do that, then I just post it on in the email and also on Facebook. I put it on Facebook, and you can also get it at my YouTube channel too. It'll be on YouTube. So yeah, I'll do that as soon as I can.
This is one I really want to recommend to
Yeah,
everybody I can.
yeah. Yeah, how they tied the heart into even the galactic core and beyond is just, that was amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
It really was. Am I sharing?
A week ago, I had a conversation with our friend, Mr. Juan.
Okay.
And he shared an observation about this Ukraine scenario, which I thought was really astute. Because for all of the brutality and all of the awfulness that's happening there, he said, you know, we have come to a time now with this one where the whole world can be asking the question, if this is if with this insanity that's happening, why do we need any military anymore? Because this has brought us to the point of just how futile, how incredible war and violence, etc., is. And it seems to focus all in one point right now. And everybody else who's just, everybody's jumping in and saying, no more of this, no more of this, no more of this. And it's not just the no more war. It's like, we don't need to keep holding this paradigm of conflict and competition and dominance, etc., anymore.
Mhm.
Let's get rid of the military and let's invest in each other.
Well, yeah, and as I was talking with a bunch of people in this last couple of weeks, for sure, there is a sense, Dana and Amanda were here too, that it just seems out of place. Like
Yeah,
this is still here. What's going on?
yeah,
And
absolutely.
so there's that kind of a feeling, and so the feeling then grows into a resonance that goes throughout the whole planet, and it's connecting with other people who feel the same way. One of the best or greatest things that I found from all this is that I was amazed at how many countries came to the rescue of all these people
Yes.
without even being asked. They just opened their borders, opened themselves, and said, no, we need to help. And it was amazing to me how there was such an onslaught of people who said, no, this isn't right. But in some ways we can't stop all this bloodshed right now, but we certainly can bring a new sense of compassion
That's right.
that hasn't been there for a long time.
That's
So
right.
I see it as beginning stages of this,
Yep.
and we, just like we have to go through our own dark night, the mother has to too. And it's to realize those things like they said, and, and know that in its place, what are we going to replace it with? In our own processes, it's like, okay, so we let go of something finally, and then we're empty. Okay, so what are you going to bring in now?
That's right.
Are you going to bring in the old stuff that you just got rid of once again? Because that's what ego wants you to do. Or do we bring in a different flavor of energy, a different resonance that is higher and has more of a higher frequency to it? It's no different than our own journey. That seems to be happening. So, we can all do our own part by just doing it for ourselves and then sending it out.
Thank you once again. I have to go too, but blessings and look
Yep.
forward to the next time, and good to
Okay.
see you all too. Thanks for
Okay,
everything.
Nancy. Thanks for
Bye-bye.
joining. See ya.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks a lot, Tomei.
I'll get this all set up for you.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
See ya. Bye.
Thank you.
Yep. End the recording. Yay.